it's Pank from HnO friends. I hope you're well, and today I want to talk about the NGH Convention. I was there a few days ago, and like you see in the last video with Alan, we talked about the old-fashioned way of NGH. So that's great to have people who have a lot of experience. I love it, and I want to see the old guy with a lot of experience to observe what they do after 30 or 40 years of walks. However, if we want to increase our level of practice and thinking, we need to introduce some new blood. We can say whatever we want, but old people give some wisdom. Young people have this idea of new revolution about everything, and that's a good thing, because with the wisdom of the old guy, the young guy can do their own experience, perhaps find new stuff, and after they can mix the two things. So I think that today the NGH is perhaps too old. When you observe Hypnosis live, you will see 80% of people are around 30 or 40 years old, and it's quite interesting to observe that they have a big number of people on the forum, and I think their live attract a lot of people. A lot of people from NGH go to a live, Hypnosis live. So the main idea is what we can do for evolving the hypnosis. And I talked to some of my friends, and I say it's perhaps problem of culture. You know, I thought during a long time that in US you were very high level of hypnosis. I'm pretty sure you are. The only problem is your culture for a lot of people is to be methodic and to do and repeat what you are used to learn. And you have some people like Richard Bandler or Fritz Perl who broke the rules, but a lot of people are engaged in a way and do everything good for this way. And sometimes it's too much on the box. For me, it's interesting because when I'm in US, I love to talk with people, observe people, and so on. And like this afternoon, a guy say, I don't understand why people do this or do that, because we have rules, or you need to do that. It's very clear. It's your culture, and that's cool. In France, we are not at all like that. We have rules, and we do what we want. So we have problem, we have tension, we have reaction, and after we go in the rules because we have problem with law and so on. But it creates some interesting way of thinking, not always good, but interesting way of thinking. Think it's like in US during the 70s. They do a lot of tests. I talked about hypnosis. People in France do a lot of street hypnosis, a lot. So imagine people who are 15, 20, 25, after 30 and so on. But this young guy learn hypnosis and do hypnosis on the street, on the class, on the college, on the high school, and so on. They do a lot of mistakes. They do a lot of bad stuff. Yeah, that's true. And it's not good that they do that with hypnosis. But that's the case. So we can't say, oh, it's not good, they don't need to do that, it's so bad. Yeah, that's bad. We are all okay with that. But they are very creative. They church a lot. They go in some path that old generation will never go, or perhaps they did that when they was young. However, they are not young right now, and to be more respected, we create some convention, we create some rules, and say, oh, that's for helping people, therapy, or so on. That's for stage hypnosis. And we can see some people say, okay, how to increase your working in your office, in your practice with stage hypnosis. That's real, but it's so far from the convention of when you're helping people, when you're hypnotherapist, hypnotist, you need to be like that, do that, and don't play with that, and don't do that, and so on. And this frame, this aspect of the box can kill all creativity, or hypnosis is creativity. Okay, you can be creative with your metaphor and so on, that's real. But I don't see new stuff since a long time in hypnosis. Even when I want to create some stuff, I see, oh, okay, a long time ago they did that. It's not the same name, not the same process, but in the idea is the same thing. Perhaps everything I'd be found, no problem. It's possible. However, we are now too sure that our way of working is good that sometimes we don't search new stuff. Perhaps go in bad paths, other paths, new path, extraordinary path, and so on. And I think we need to impulse this creativity. Okay, with neuroscience we will be able to explain a lot of stuff, and that's great. But in our daily life, neuroscience, except perhaps in pre-talk, it's not important at all. We need to practice, and do a lot of experience. And perhaps I talk with British friends and European friends. Perhaps the renew of hypnosis will come from Europe, because in a lot of countries like UK or France and Latin country, they are not very strict with the rules, and for a lot of stuff it's not good. But for what's important for us right now, the evolution of our discipline, I think it's one of the best thing it can happen. For example, in France, we have no problem with our semantics, because actually medicine have not the power on hypnosis. They use hypnosis, they want to take hypnosis and say you can't do hypnosis like that, or you are forbidden to do that. But actually it's not the case. So when I listen a lot of course, seminar, and so on, I feel how hard sometimes it could be in US to tell some word, work in that way and not this other, cause of the suit and so on. In France, actually, we have no suits with hypnosis or hypnotherapist. So we are very open actually. Perhaps in 1 year or 10 years it will be different, but actually, and I think it's a good moment to increase, to create, to break all the rules and perhaps create new one, or perhaps go back in the good old school rules, but to rethink and renew perhaps this beautiful world of hypnosis. If you have some question, just let me know, and like every day, just take what is good for you. Take care, bye bye.